an example of how to use a selection to kind of produce a result. So I've got two images here. One is this guy and the other is this. So I want to take this guy running across the street and I'm going to place him into the other scene. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the magic wand and I'm just going to click on the background. Now it's done a pretty good job. You can see it's moved all the way around here. I thought it would struggle at his face a little bit, but it seems to be okay. So you can see it stopped there. We can tidy all that up later. So basically I've selected everything except him, but I want the opposite of that. So I'm going to say select, inverse, and then I'm going to say edit and copy. So it just copies him. I go to my other scene. I'm going to say edit, paste, and there he is. So let's tidy him up a little bit first. I'm going to use my move tool, and I'm just going to grab him and move him there. And you can see that I've got a little bit of the logo on his face poking out there. So I'm just going to get rid of that, and I'm going to use my eraser. And for this, I'm going to use a hard-edged eraser. Okay, so I'm just going to get big chunks of it and get rid of it that way. Okay, it could take a bit of time to go a bit more on it, but for our purposes, we don't really need it. Now let's zoom out. So Command or Control minus will zoom out for you. So I'm going to scale this guy. I'm going to say Edit, Free Transform, and I'm going to scale him, and I'm going to bring them all up on the screen so I can see. You'll see there's an extra bit of the logo on him. I press Enter to kind of confirm that transformation, and I'm just going to use the eraser again. Get rid of this bit. Okay, so that's going to do it first. So Command minus will zoom out. I'm going to say Edit, Free Transform, or you can see Control or Command T. I'm using a Mac, so it's Command T. In PC, it'd be Control T. So I'm just going to scale this down by eye, and you'd hold the Shift key down to keep him in proportion. Now, in the newer version of Photoshop that I'm using, and the one you've probably downloaded as well, it scales proportionally by default. You have to hold the Shift key if you want. So they've swapped that around, which is kind of a good thing because, you would normally want things scaled in proportion. So adding the Shift key to scale them that way was an extra step that I don't think you needed. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring him over here a sec. I just want to see him compared to this guy, get a sense of their height. That looks about right to me, that he would be standing up about that height. And I'm going to place him there. Press enter. Now he's a bit brightly lit, a bit studio lighting, so I'm just going to say adjustments, brightness and contrast. Bring his brightness down a bit maybe. Now the one thing you can see here that this guy has a very definite harsh shadow where he doesn't, but we'll do that another day. So that's copying, selecting a guy and copying him across into a scene.